YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm here again with my full highlight and contour routine, and this is typically my kind of everyday makeup, the look I typically like to go with. But if you like this look, please stay tuned and keep watching. I'm going to go in with my favorite primer of all time, the Bobbi Brown Primer Plus Mattifier. This primer controls oil and shine, blurs pores, and refreshes your skin. And I think it makes my makeup last just an extra amount of time. Now I'm going in with my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation. And I am the shade Mocha. And I'm using a foundation brush to blend in my foundation. The brush was not damp. However, I will go back over my foundation with a damp beauty blender. This is a new kind of weird looking beauty blender. It's from Revlon and I want to try it out because I saw it on YouTube. Here's where the highlight starts. I'm going to go in with my Sephora gel concealer and I use the shade Creme de Caramel. And on the outside of that super light shade, I'm going in with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Dark 46. I do that because the ColourPop concealer is a little bit more closer to my skin tone and it'll help it have an even blend or a nice gradient rather than just using that light color and trying to work that in because it will never blend in the way I want it to. I'm just going to bounce that beauty blender all over. Do not swipe, bounce. There is a difference. It may take more time, but the result is better. Now, I wanted more of a highlighted look, so I'm going in with my, who is this by? Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer, and this is the shade Medium. And I also went back in with that Sephora concealer, just to help it blend more also. And you see me going back between the pointed end of the beauty blender and the back of it. I use the back to kind of melt the foundation color and the concealer colors together to get a better blend. Makeup is all about the blend. I'm going back in with that foundation brush to blend out that highlight shade around my nose. I just thought it looked too light and I needed more of a transition. I'm going back in with that sponge. Blending is the key to a flawless highlight and contour. Now we're going to set that highlight with my favorite powder, Beauty Bakerie, in the shade Yellow. That's the yellow flower powder, and I am going in with this powder. Not playing no games. We are coming for everybody with this highlight and contour. And you're going to put that in all the areas you want highlighted. So I highlight under my eyes, the top of my lip, my forehead. Now for the contour, honey, the contour. You are going to go in with that Sephora concealer again, and you're going to use the shade, I use the shade Devil's Food. They have a shade below Devil's Food, and for me it just comes out really gray and ashy, so I had to go back to my True and Blue, which is this shade. I've been using this for a couple years now. And you're going to blend that in with the same side of that beauty blender and just bounce. I see, look, I was swiping a little bit. That's just because it was the jawline and it was a little hard for me to blend there, but the rest of the face is a pat. It's a pat. And I apply that contour color right on my cheekbone and then blend it around. I don't apply it too far below because it'll make the contours of my face too low. I want them nice and high. Now I'm going in with my MAC blush in the color Film Noir. That's a nice deep purple shade, and I like to contour with that. Now I'm just going over all the places I put that Sephora concealer in the shade Devil's Food. And some swirling action, hitting the hairline. You know, I got a big old forehead. I'm gonna turn that forehead to like a 3.5 head, you know. Time to brush off that setting powder. And I'm a little aggressive when I brush off because sometimes it's just a little stubborn, a little too set. Okay, to get a little rough with her sometimes, especially if you're using like a really fluffy brush. Now I am going over that Film Noir blush and that cream contour with my bronzer, the Covergirl Queen Collection in the shade Ebony Bronze. And I'm using the same brush to do that as well. Here I'm just pushing that leftover powder into my under eye. I have a little bit of a crease, some lines, and the damp beauty blender helps to just mull everything together to make a seamless finish. Now I'm contouring my nose a little bit, and I put a little bit of my ColourPop concealer, and now I'm blending that in with a foundation brush. Going up into the forehead. Now for my blush, I'm using the Black Radiance Artisan Color Baked Blush in the shade Toasted Almond. So I'll bring some color back into my face. I felt like I needed more color, so I'm going in with my Milani baked blush. Oh, the BB is so hard for me to say. My Milani baked blush in the shade Rose d'Oro. And now I'm going into highlight with my favorite highlighter of all time, the Becca highlighter in the shade Topaz. Usually I would use a wet brush to do my highlight, but I didn't want such a pop today. Now I'm going to line my eyes with a brown eyeliner, and that is just a simple brown eyeliner from Wet n Wild. She's back at it again with her favorite L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Original Mascara in the color black, regular black, not the very black, because that's just doing too much sometimes. Off camera, I finished with my Kat Von D Walk It setting spray, and that is it, honey. That is the final look. Who is she? What is she doing? If you want to know more about the hair I have, I'll put that information below, or I can do a video specifically about how I make my units and how I do my hair. Thanks for watching.